This is Harry Judd for Boxing Social in partnership with Empire Fight Store. I'm joined by one of the hottest talents in female boxing, Caroline Dubois. First of all, Happy New Year. Glad you're looking so well. Look, let's before we go on to this year and this year's announcement, let's reflect on last year. What a year that was for you, fighting 5 times last year. Looking back now, how do you reflect on it?
It was good, you know. When I turned pro, I said I wanted my first year as a pro, to be busy, stay as busy as possible, have as many fights as I could, and just get used to fighting as a professional. Um, Go to fights, be in the atmosphere of a fight, the whole fight week and everything like that. And just get used to stepping in the ring and enjoying the lights and thriving off of it. When I went to the Olympics, usually that's meant to be the biggest stadium as an amateur, and there's crowds, there's people, there's pressure and all that stuff. But we got it, but we didn't get it fully like how it was previously because of lockdown. But this time, I was able to get that as a professional, boxing at the O2 under the Savannah Marshall on the card and fighting in Cardiff, fighting on big shows. I got the pressure of the big crowd and the big noise and everything like that and performing under that. So I was very appreciative and happy I was able to get that experience as a pro.
There's so much talk about you. I mean, that the O2 fight for you, the Savannah Marshall Clarissa Shields undercard, that was a huge night for you. And last out in Bournemouth, we'll talk about that as well. But after those 2 performances, I think everyone's starting to take a little bit more notice. People like Sonny Edwards, for example. I know you engaged with this tweet that he said, Caroline Dubois is probably my favourite female fighter coming through. She is so good. When you get people like him and others coming and speaking about you in that way, how good is that for you?
It's amazing, Sonny Edwards is a respected boxer and, he's been there and he's doing it, he's killing it right now. So to have people who have achieved great things in boxing and are still trying to achieve and still trying to, get to the top and stuff. And they're recognizing, just the young guns coming through and, the young kids coming through. That's amazing. And it's good to know that people are watching me and taking notice.
Look, let's go on to the last performance. It was an absolute blast out, huge performance in Bournemouth. It's right in saying you were absolutely buzzing after that fight. I've never seen you so animated in a post-fight interview. So, but rightly so, it was a huge performance.
It was a great performance, the girl's never been stopped before and I was expecting to go a few rounds and just, deal with that. And I'm happy that I was able to just walk through it like that. People say, like, are you frustrated that you weren't able to get the rounds in and stuff? But I always think, I train really hard and that's what I train for. I train for it to be easy. We train hard to fight easy. So if the fight goes quick and stuff, it's just credit to how hard I've been training. And I was just happy to end the year on a great high like that.
The gym is really buzzing at the moment. I mean, Adam Nazim, obviously, Chris Smith as well, and obviously yourself really doing great things in boxing. Yeah, how good is that gym to be a part of at the moment? Because you guys are all flying.
Yeah, we were just talking about today. I really enjoy being in a busy gym. I enjoy being in a gym where there's loads of people and there's loads of names who are still fighting to become a name. Adam, he's definitely on his way. People are beginning to take notice and watch him and stuff. So he's definitely get that. But we're both all fighting for success and we're both all striving to get to the top. Me, Adam, Ellie, Hassan, we haven't made names for ourselves and we're gonna do that soon. So we're just rubbing off each other and iron sharpens iron in the gym.
Now, February the 11th, the show is headlined by Adam Azim. It's your second time out in Wembley. 8 rounds against ranked number 9 WBA. Forgive me if I don't pronounce her name correctly. Yamila Belanida. I think that's correct.
I think better than I would have done.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, I'm glad I got through that. But look, that's a huge step up for you.
Yeah. She is 100%. People are saying when she's gonna step up, when is Caroline gonna fight somebody? But like this girl Yamila, she's had I think 30 or something fights, and she's lost 5 of them. But if you look at the people that have beaten her, Terry Harper, Marie Eve DeCare, Patricia Belco, she's only lost to world champions or former world champions. Maria and Patricia went and fought Natasha Jonas, and that was at heavier weight. So she's used to fighting bigger women, stronger women. She's coming down, and she's used to power and being in there with probably big punches. So I expect to go a few rounds, and I expect to learn a lot in that fight. She's very experienced, and she's used to being in there with world champions. She knows what it feels like. She knows how to pace herself. She's fought the championship round. So I'm expecting a good fight, and I won't be, taking her lightly or going out there and being all gun-ho, because I expect it to go a few rounds.
Yeah, I mean, how much evidence and how much have you looked at her previous performances? Obviously, in the UK, we'll know her mainly through the Terry Harper fight. How much studying have you done of those previous performances, or do you not do any of that at all?
No, I do. I like watching fighters, but I don't like watching too much and obsessing over it. But yeah, I've looked at her a few times. I've seen her style and the way she fights. She's pretty busy. She's got a pretty high work rate, and I think because she's so used to fighting championship rounds and being busy, she knows how to pace herself really well. And I noticed that, and yeah, I'm expecting her to be really smart in there, and I think she's gonna really come out and trying to win. She sees me as this young kid, 22. By the time we fight, she'll be expecting to be able to just probably use her experience and her ability and her know-how to just outsmart me and outmaneuver me in some ways.
Yeah, I mean, she has fought your previous opponent twice, Sofia Rodriguez, fought her twice. Only winning. So she did win, only winning by decision though. So I guess even without fighting, you've already got one up on her.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and look, camp's obviously starting now today. In terms of the gym preparations, are you taking different steps with this one? Are you learning more with this camp? How does this camp differ from any other?
I think this year has just the first year as a pro was all about just getting used to being in the ring. We only fought 6-round fights and stuff, and it was just about enjoying it. Shane kept telling me to just enjoy it and stuff, and I know it's cliche and people always tell you to do that, but that was the year to enjoy it, and now it's the serious year. It's the year to push on. I feel like already the year's only started. I've been in the gym for 2 weeks. This is the second week back. I could just there's a difference, a change, and I'm excited. It's more serious, more intense, and I'm excited for the training to step up now. We're going to 8-10 rounds, and I'm ready for the increase in training.
Different date, different opponent, same mission. Journey to the top starts now. World title at the end of 2023. Is that still the plan?
That's 100%. It's gonna be hard. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get through every hurdle. I can't overlook anyone, and I can't be planning ahead when there's someone right standing in front of me that can stop me in this journey. So I've got to stay focused and switched on 100% all the time, and understand that boxing's funny. Like 1 minute you could be at the top, the next minute anything could happen, and you'll be right at the bottom again. So it's important that you really focus on every fight as they come, and focus on who's in front of you. And I'm trying to do that at the moment, trying to stay focused, and hopefully 100% by the end of this year, it'll be nice to have a nice strap on.
You are extremely humble. For someone that's your age, it would be easy for this sort of excitement and this engagement to go over their heads. Do you think your time within a long time with Repton boxing, with GB, for example, do you think those bits in your career have really been a main influence in your mindset? You don't take anything for granted, you don't take anything lightly. Do you think that spending the time in the amateurs where you did and how you did have influenced you in your pro career now?
100%. I think my career as a whole has been, I've been able to be molded by my experience, and going to the Olympics, how hard it was to get there. I know how hard you have to train to be at the top. I know that. I know how hard other people train. So that was a great experience for me. But I think the fact that I don't get overwhelmed by things, that I don't let things get to me so much, is because of I have an older brother, in boxing. You know, Daniel, he like in the beginning of his career, people were really hyping him, saying this, that, saying he was unstoppable. Obviously, he lost to Joe Joyce, and it was a great fight. Joe Joyce is definitely going to be a world champion one day, but now suddenly everybody's slagging him off and saying, he's no good. Like just you know, the boxing fans are so fickle, and I see that, you know, that it's up and down. So you just got to stay focused within yourself and just try to better yourself each and every day. And the experience that my brother's gone through has taught me that, you know, in his last fight, he was so crazy, but so eye opening. You know, 1 minute you're at the top and anything could happen. You know, anything
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
and then the next
tell.
you could be at the bottom. Obviously, you know, he got back up and he kept fighting and he won. But it's like people are acting like he lost. So it's crazy. And just that experience. So when people are hyping me and saying, I'm the next big thing, you know, just obviously I appreciate all the support and everybody who's watching me and impressed by what I'm doing so far. I appreciate it. But I'm not gonna let anything like that get to my head. I know how good I am, and that's the only important thing.
Well, there has been lots of hype around you anyway before turning pro. So, you have obviously through your brother as well and stuff, and where you boxed as an amateur and what you've done. There's always been hype around you anyway. So I don't think it's anything. This is obviously on a massive, massive scale. So, but you've dealt with pressure extremely well before. But you
Yeah,
said you wanted to move fast. You missed
yeah.
fighting the world number ones like you did as an amateur. Is that still the case? Is that why you're still targeting to move quickly and get there so fast?
Yeah, I'm just targeting bigger fights, more dangerous fights, and exciting fights. I miss that feeling as an amateur when you could be fighting anyone, the world number one, the world number two, or you could be fighting somebody who nobody knows, and it's like a wild card kind of fight. So I miss that feeling, and I miss winning, winning meaningful fights. So I want to get back to that. You know, it's a journey, and I understand it's a business, so we have to be smart about what we're doing. But I think I have a good team around me, and I think I have great abilities. So I believe in myself. I back myself.
Yeah, I definitely think you've got a great team behind. Obviously, the McGuigans down at the gym, and obviously through Ben Schlummer Boxer, I do think you've got such a good stronghold that are helping you through. But I'm going to completely contradict myself and contradict you, perhaps, by saying, you're humble and everything else, but you're calling out a future fight with Mikaela Mayer.
Yeah. I mean, I'm humbling myself. Like, I'm not gonna get big headed, and I'm not gonna become overwhelmed by things. I think, hopefully, you know, I haven't been in that opportunity situation yet, but I'm calling out these people because, like I said, I miss that energy, and this year has been a massive year for female fighting. Mikaela Mayer, Alicia Baumgardner, Savannah Marshall, Clester Shields, Katie Taylor, Serrano. Last year was an amazing year for female boxing. Jessica McCaskill, Chantel Cameron, the list goes on. Like, so many big fights were made, so many 50-50 fights were made, and I just miss that energy. So I want to be back in there as quick as possible. I want to be up there, and I know I can be. You know, I know I'm at that level 100%. So it's just a matter of maneuvering and getting there, and I know I will get there. It's just if I'm gonna be beating these people, there's no point in me being afraid of them or anything like that. I've never been that kind of person to over respect somebody. Like, if you're world champion, like, I would respect that you're world champion, but that doesn't mean I believe you're better than me. So if I believe I can beat you, I'm gonna say it, and I'd love to fight.
She did reply by saying, contact me in 5 years' time. And I understand what she's saying, but I don't think it's never going to take you 5 years, I don't think, to get up to that
That's
level. So what's your response to that?
I think that's a joke, you know. I think her mentality is a little bit like she turned pro in, I think, 2018 after 2016 her Olympics in Rio. So her mentality, it took her 5 years to get where she is now, and I get that. Like, she's it took her 5 years to get where she is now. You know, to be an almost undisputed. It took her 5 years, and she was fighting on small cars. She was fighting on, you know, maybe a bit unnoticed that sometimes that people were over not looking at noticing her because she was a female. And when she turned pro, they didn't have the respect that female fighters have now. So she's thinking, it took me 5 years of working my way up from the bottom, so I'm not gonna give a young gun coming through a shot straight away. You know, that's not how it works. So I get it from that perspective. And if she feels like I haven't earned my shot and I haven't earned the respect to get in the ring, I'll call her out. I get that too. But I will do it. It won't take long for me to get to that position. But if she's thinking that I won't be ready because in terms of skill and ability, then that's ridiculous. No, no chance.
Look, you've not fought. I don't. Did you fought in America as an amateur? You haven't done it as a pro. Have you done it as an amateur?
Done what?
A fight in America.
I fought in Argentina. Don't know
Okay,
if that.
South America. Anyway, would you travel over there if it came to it?
100%. Yeah.
And obviously,
No.
look. Well,
No problem. No, nothing.
and looking forward to as well. Obviously, looking at the States as well. She's been female fighter of the year, I think, on every magazine, everything out there on social media. Clarissa Shields. We are looking forward to perhaps wanting a rematch between her and Savannah. Savannah said to me, "Look, St James's Park, let's have it." But obviously, you're connected with Clarissa. I don't know how much you speak with her, but can you see that being the next fight in the line, or where are we looking?
I don't know if it'll be the next fight for Clash of Shields and Savannah. I think Savannah's Ben Shalom said something about having another fight and then jumping into a Clash of Shields fight, and that's cool. I think it'll be nice to build the fight a little bit more and go for the rematch. I think Clash of Shields made some great points about saying, you know, she came into the Lions Den, you know, the intensity, the feeling, you know, the crowd were like 99.9% of the crowd was against Clash of Shields. Like, they were like the booing as she came out, booing the national anthem, all that negativity and just, you know, that feeling of, okay, this is against me, but I still gotta go out and win. And she dealt with it amazing. She won, and she won very well. And I think now as the champion, the girl, you know, undisputed, I think she deserves the opportunity to say, okay, I came over to you and I beat you in your backyard and you want a rematch, you come over to me. And I think that's fair. I think that's very, very fair.
It's hard for you, isn't it? Because you've got a foot, let's say, in each camp because you're a Brit, but you're also friendly with Clarissa. Yeah, how hard or how easy was it you during that fight week?
I think it was okay. You know, I saw Savannah, I spoke to her, I spoke to some of her team, and they were very respectful. You know, they understand that this is a boxing business, and you know, you can't get upset because like somebody's opinion. It was just an opinion. I thought Fletcher Shields would win, and I said it. I thought she would win, not because I dislike Savannah. I don't think Savannah's good. Savannah's very good. She's very skillful. Her skills are very underrated, I think. I just think she was up against a better fighter, and she lost on the night. And that's just it. But in terms of as a person, I don't know anything about her. I'm sure she's very nice. You know, all fight week she was respectful to not just me, but to everybody. You know, her team were respectful. Her coaches were amazing. So, you know, they carried the fight week and they made it exciting. So I'm very happy to be fighting on her undercard and to have fought on her undercard. It was amazing. It was an amazing atmosphere. And, you know, she's credit to that. It wouldn't have been as big as a fight without her. And so she deserves some credit as well.
I must say, it was probably my favourite fight night of the year. It was massive, not only because of the magnitude of the event and obviously your performance and the headline itself, but the crowd was different. It was
Yeah,
such a different atmosphere.
there was electricity in there tonight. There was something, I don't know. Like when Savannah Marshall came out, the noise was just unreal. Like it was just insane. It was just amazing to. I was imagining myself like if that was me walking out, how would I react? And then when Clarissa Shields came out, her swag, her character, the way she just danced to the ring, and then like it was just insane. And the fact that 20,000 people turned up to watch her all female show, you know, shut everybody up. He was saying that a female show wouldn't sell out, it wouldn't get the views, it wouldn't get anything, and it just sold out. And that's credit to everybody who turned up tonight. And I'm so thankful of the fans who made it such an atmosphere. I'm so thankful of the fighters who trained hard all camp, and I'm thankful to be on the show like that.
Well, it won't. If you continue where you're going, I don't think lights like that are too far away, Caroline. To be honest. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll let you crack on and get on to perhaps an evening training or whatever you're doing today. But look, Thanks so much to Boxing Social. We look forward to February the 11th at Wembley.